Hi, welcome and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk about narcissists and sex. And specifically, what I want to touch on is the fact that narcissists are very impulsive in their behavior. You've got the lying and some of the other things that they do, tactics that they use to get supply or to trick or deceive or con and manipulate, control in relationships, but they are very impulsive and they will do and say things without a lot of thought. And because of the trauma that the narcissist has likely experienced in their childhood, they lack foresight and they lack the ability to really think clearly about consequences later for their behavior. In addition to being impulsive, I wanted to touch on some of the ways that narcissists use sex. One way that narcissists use sex is narcissists can be very hedonistic and they may act impulsively on whatever fantasies that they've conjured up in their minds and turn that into their reality. And too much is never enough, usually in that case. Another way that narcissists will use sex is for entrapment. And I knew someone once, a grandiose female narcissist, who had multiple children from all different partners. And the idea was to have multiple sources of income in the form of getting these guys, because she had a type that she went after, and getting these different guys to pay her money in the form of child support. But it was kind of a thing for her. Another way that narcissists will use sex is as a form of validation. Maybe the narcissist was abandoned as a child, maybe adopted or fostered, and maybe even molested in the system or by a sibling or an older figure that they should have been able to trust. And they spend many years trying to validate their existence, trying to validate their worth, trying to validate their whatever it is, beauty, their sense of self, whatever, but will look to do that through sex. And a lot of just random partners, a lot of different situations, places, in order to fill that void. Sadly, it's never enough. Another way that narcissists will use sex is for thrills. The narcissist may be cheating on a spouse or some other partner, and they may find it thrilling to get away with the cheating for a time period, or maybe they get away with it for life, but they will get a thrill, which is a form of supply, from cheating on their partner or spouse or whoever. And that can be a source of supply for them. That can be something that makes them feel superior, maybe smarter, sneakier, trickier, and just having kind of one up or being a couple steps ahead of their unsuspecting partner, until they either tell on themselves or until they're found out. A fifth way that I thought of that narcissists use sex is for control. If the narcissist was in a situation, say as a child, where they were traumatized by an abuser sexually, and it went on multiple times, and they grew up just not having healed that trauma, then they may seek to gain control, have that control that they didn't have as a child, be able to stand up for themselves, but take it a step further and even be in control of the situation where the other person is unsuspecting, but where the narcissist is in a dominant position where they either know that they don't really have any intentions of pursuing a relationship, or they are just using the person for their own pleasure and not really caring or concerned, or they are with someone, a partner maybe, where they have plans to discard them and they have no idea. But either way, in their sexual relationships, narcissists may seek to be the one in control, and maybe in doing so have a feeling of superiority or dominance, but also maybe even in some way, even if it's subconsciously, righting the wrong of the past from the sexual abuse that they may have endured as a child. Some of the dangers that go along with dealing with a narcissist sexually are that their impulsive nature will cause them to be more promiscuous, and they will continue to pursue different partners and sleep with different partners without being discerning at all, without using protection, without doing testing. The narcissist, for example, will screw over the right person and then get screwed themselves by the wrong person, and in their impulsive nature, YOLO on a sexual no-no, and experience some pretty hard consequences for the rest of their life. Some of the consequences that can result from the impulsivity and the promiscuity are STDs. And narcissists, because they lack empathy, they don't care, they're not concerned about, one, themselves and their health and well-being, and they're also not concerned about yours. So you need to make sure that you know who and what you're dealing with, and that you're discerning, and that you're on point with your due diligence and health and well-being, so that you can avoid getting into a situation that may have some hard consequences for you. And you certainly don't want to get dragged down with the narcissist as they reap the consequences of their behavior. What do you need to take away from this? Well, in addition to knowing yourself and being true to yourself and true to your values, boundaries, and your health and well-being, you not only need to know who you are, but you need to know how you are. And so as you may look to get into a relationship, or if you're in a relationship with a narcissist currently, you're going to want to do your due diligence and do your testing and make sure that you're good in terms of your health and well-being, so that you don't have anything sneak up on you and compromise your body. Narcissists can be very impulsive when it comes to sex, and as a result, they can make some very poor choices and be very reckless. They can compromise not only their own health, but the health of the partners that they encounter. Make sure that you prioritize your health and well-being if you're either dating or cultivating relationships with new people, or if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, and make sure that you are doing your due diligence, that you're fact checking, that you're background checking, and for heaven's sake, doing your health checking. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.